What's up, everybody? It's the Real Rasta Boy TV, and it's your boy, the Real Rasta Boy, coming to you after watching a nasty episode of Catfish Season 2. Episode 2 just went off on MTV, and I must say, oh my god, what an episode. Let me go and see what the title of this episode was again. Catfish, the TV show, episode 2, Anthony and Marq. Oh my god, tell you no lie, this was messy.com to the 10th degree. I don't even know what degree to say that was. Anyway, let me just go ahead and give y'all a little backstory if y'all have not yet watched episode 2 of Catfish Season 2, which was featuring Marq and Anthony. Anthony is a veteran. He got injured while he was on active duty, came back home, going through a couple of surgeries and hospital, visits and all that stuff. He found this person online. I think it was through Facebook. Everything is through social media these days. If it's not MySpace, it's Facebook. If it's not Facebook, it's through Twitter. Now it's Instagram. People have Vine. So everything nowadays is through social media. So Anthony met this boy, aka Marq, on Facebook. Marq, as usual, obviously we know his show is called Catfish. Marq is this cute guy. Back up. I must give Anthony a shout out. Anthony, your style was on point. You are rocking them outfits that I'm seeing, but we always rock out anyway. Some of us fly ass dope boys always always decked out in our ones and twos, but Anthony was always decked out. His tats was on point, his ear was always on point. He was always rocking some nice fashion. Even his apartment that where Neve and the guy went to shoot, that I'm obviously guessing that's where he lived, did look even nice and decked out too. So I must give Anthony a shout out. Anthony, call me maybe. Anyway, back up to the story now. Catfish. So Anthony, after going through all this surgery and being in hospital for a long time, he wanted somebody to talk to. So there goes, behold, he got, I guess, on Facebook or social media, met this guy that pretended he was Marq. Marq is a party promoter that travels, do a lot of parties, meet a lot of celebrities, obviously, people in places, party people, fun people, all that stuff. So Marq was the person who was pretending that was Marq was talking to Anthony the veteran from the military. Lo and behold, Anthony's getting suspicious of this damn Marq. The pictures may be real, but then we feel like the pictures weren't actually the real Marq. Long story short, the picture was actually a guy named Joshua. And Joshua, as I said before, is a party promoter. Neve and the guy find out that Marq is actually a guy named Formel200. That's his name that he came up when he did a reverse search with his phone number. You have so many online tools these days. You have tools where you can find people's, by paying a small fee, obviously, by putting people's phone number in or address, and they can tell you like where was the last place they lived, how many siblings they have, how many times they've been married. They have certain tools out there, because I used to be a bill collector. And when I'm doing skip tracing and all that stuff and trying to find people, I just need a phone number for them, and I can find their cousin or somebody they used to live close beside and anybody who they're related to reach out to them to get payment on an account. So I'm sure that's what the tool Neve was using, trying to locate who this damn Marq is. When he found locate who Marq is this guy that have a YouTube name that's called Formel200. That's not even his YouTube name. His YouTube name is actually Wells Space Fam. That's his YouTube name, and the page is already blasting out with many views, and obviously people are speaking about their gripe with him and what he did, because first of all, his page was about a couple of hundred. Now his videos are over 5,000 in views. Just some people, I guess, obviously is trying to see who this Formel200 is, aka Wells Space Fam is his YouTube name. So I'm giving him a shout out actually on my own damn show. So this guy, when they found out that his name was actually Formel, located him by calling him on his phone and actually let him know that, hey, this is Neve, I'm doing a show called Catfish. I'm sure you may have watched the show, I've heard about it, and we know who you are. So you're either going to meet up with us and confront Anthony and let him know that who you are, so you can see who you are in person and know that you're not the real deal. AKA the false Marq, which is the guy that didn't know that Formel was using this page because Marq is a fake name and Formel is his real name. Formel was using Marq as the AKA name, and the real page belongs to a guy named Josh. Josh actually sent Anthony a video message to let him know that sorry to hear about people using his photos to represent themselves, and hopefully he'll find love and blah 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 blah. Long story short, they met up with this big ass ugly mess Formel, and I'm not gonna hate, but when you're putting yourself out there trying to pretend like you're somebody else, at least look decent. Formel, that I'm sure they have dentists out there who can make you a half, what they call again? They have teeth there where you can get the dentist to make you a partial something, partial teeth, where you can fill that gap where you have this big old gap in your mouth. I'm not sure if it was caused by that accent you said you had, but anyway, they met up with this guy named Marq, AKA Formel. His real name is Formel. Anthony was livid. You could see, and you could stick him with a damn pin and not get a damn blood to spill. The way how Anthony was so pissed. They sat down, and here Formel is now trying to pipe up and go off on the dude. I'm like, you better sit your ass down there and stop piping up on somebody. First of all, you were the one pretending for over seven months to a year that you were not the person who said you are, and depicting or giving pictures of somebody you were not. So don't let because you faked and catfish somebody and somebody now calling you out on it and getting mad, you want to act all, you want to get all rowdy and hype. Sit the fuck down. I wish Anthony would have stepped to him and give him a in his head, because he deserved it. I'm like, nigga, you betrayed me, my trust. I confided stuff in you that I don't confide in anybody else. I told you about personal stuff that I haven't told to anybody else. I felt that you were genuine, real. I'm not sure why, because you're talking to someone on the internet that you never meet for 7 months. Anyway, long story short, Formel was trying to pipe up and trying to snap at Anthony. Anthony, if you don't get up and smack that boy, and I don't care if you're in his mother's house or his sister's house or whatever, and you're gonna sit down there looking a hot mess in that damn ass tight ass cardigan. Anywho, when I did find a little 1% itty bitty teeny willy feelings of sympathy for Formel is when he started telling everybody his story and maybe why he actually did it. Said that when he was younger, growing up, he had gotten into an accident, and when he got into an accident, he was in the hospital for a long time, and while he was in the hospital, he couldn't walk or something. So while he couldn't walk, he was always laying down and all could eat. So that became a pattern where he was eating so much that he gained all this weight, and thus him being a fat bitch. Long story short, he's missing a tooth out here that's very obvious and looks a mess. He's a little bit chubby. I've seen worse. The high top fade from Freshman to Bel-Air, I'm not digging it. And compare that what you were portraying yourself not to be, and giving somebody else's picture, aka Josh/Marq. You were trying to get a big upgrade. That's why the guy fell in love with the pictures, the imagery, the guy's sexiness, and then your voice was even on point. So I'm not even sure what he found pleasurable in your voice that made him fall in love with you. But long story short, Anthony didn't smack him in his head. Eventually went outside to cool off, went back and talked to him. He apologized profusely to Marq about portraying somebody that he wasn't, but saying it was actually real feelings and he actually care about him and love him and la la la. But I'm telling you a lie. I'm one for not to be throwing water on fire. Because, or any situation, I'm not one to downplay any situation, because at the end of the day is, social media can be good or bad. Whether you gonna meet somebody and they're gonna be truthful, look like the way they say they look, or look like the way they portray themselves, they're looking, is a whole different story. But I can't even hide, because at the end of the day is, I'm all over the web. The Real Rasta Boy TV, Google me, The Real Rasta Boy, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook pops up. Images from wherever pops up. I'm no need to lie or hide. I always show people who I am My pictures are always 100% real, but some people have to use other imagery to depict who they think they want to look like and give the others impressions that that's who they are in order to get a date or have friends. Sometimes it all depends on someone's self-esteem, self-worth, confidence. I'm not no Boris Kojo or Usher, but I'm damn sure not no Pharrell or Fat Albert. So I definitely always present myself looking flat all the time. If you check my Instagram page out at the Real Rasta Boy, my Twitter link and my pictures and stuff, I always show everybody who I am. And if they don't like what they see, oh well, somebody's gonna be out there for me. But I'm not into catfishing anybody. I'm not in for giving somebody else's picture as mine. I'm not into that. And I'm hoping that individuals out there will take this Catfish series on MTV that comes on every Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. as a lesson learned that not everything you see on the computer, not everything you hear is always true. Always trying to meet the person within a very reasonable amount of time. I'm giving that you're talking to somebody for 2 months. You should not take more than 6 months to meet that person. I'm not sure why. If I live within 2 hours from you, we need to meet up within the first month. If we're not meeting up within the first 3 months of talking to each other, I'm not developing no feelings for you. I'm not falling in love with you. I'm not saying I love you. I'm not going through all of that because at the end of the day, I'm going to be hurt if for some reason that I meet individual is not up to what I expected they were going to be when I meet them. So everybody out there, please set a time frame as to how soon you want to meet that person, either speaking to them on the internet, whether it's some social media website, or it's through some matchmaking website, or if it's through a phone conversation from somebody trying to hook y'all up. Please try to meet them with a reasonable amount of time so that y'all can see who they are and if y'all have a real connection in person. At the end of the day, Marq and I'm gonna call him Marq. Pharrell, his fat ass self, Albert, and Anthony with his cute sexy self. Holla at me, call me. Anyway, went their separate ways, and you know, Anthony says is trying to date, but it's still nobody can come compare to this fake person that he kind of fell in love with. But Mr. Pharrell said he's now dating and he has something special in his life over 2 months now. Let's see how that goes. But anyway, Catfish comes on MTV Tuesday nights at 10. Make sure y'all are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and you can see the real me in full length pictures and everything like that all the damn same time at The Real Rasta Boy. And please make sure if you have not watched the series yet, go to my blog, therealrastaboy.blogspot.com, where you can find the full episode that I'll be putting up, and you can watch it for your damn self. Alright, I gotta go. I'm gonna listen to some Mary J. Blige. Real love. Alright, I'll catch y'all soon. Make sure y'all are following me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Alright.